We talk about the deep state. We talk about the globalists.
Inflation versus deflation.
Well, I mean,
You're at Mar-a-Lago.
I'm baffled that this isn't front page news.
Do you guys support a specific political party, or do you dislike both of them?
Oh, it worked like a charm on you guys.
Let's go, Brandon.
What's up, everybody? We got Humberto in the house. Sorry for the wait. We had some technical difficulties, but we're pros, so we got through it.
It's all my fault.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the blame, falling on the grenade.
Take the full blame, and happy birthday, Brandon. I'm so glad.
That's misinformation. Everybody knows exactly when my birthday was, but I'm an Aquarius, not an Aries.
Well, I can wish you happy birthday. This is America, buddy.
I know.
Right?
Every day could be your birthday.
I can wish you happy birthday every single day.
That's what's great about this country.
Freedom so far.
Yeah. So far, we dodged a bullet. Hey guys, who likes the new thumbnail? We're stepping it up. Now you can actually see me and see that it's live and see what we're talking about. So today we're going to talk about is what's going on with the Karmelo Anthony thing, not the basketball player, the guy who stabbed the
Karmelo with a K.
Yes, K Karmelo. Is this thing a psyop? Because I think they're trying to bait society into a race war. We'll get to that in a little bit. But first, we have to talk about this Blumpkin situation with China. I know never thought I'd be saying the words Blumpkin and China and foreign policy together, but that's one of the things that's on the table for tonight. Also, Letitia James, like the biggest ironic situation I've ever seen.
This is divine justice, Brandon.
It's insane. It's mind blowing. Like I can't believe the audacity on her is mind blowing.
It's beautiful.
And then Trump and Harvard are sparring back and forth. I mean, Harvard has the sweetest deal of all mankind with their tax exempt situation. But
you just close it.
Close it?
Yeah.
Nerds. Yeah. I mean, it used to be a great place that you'd be proud to go to, but now it's like a little commie factory.
It's always been filled with nerds.
Yeah, they've done a thing or two though.
What?
I don't know, honestly.
And name one thing that they did for humanity.
Make presidents that suck.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we gotta go with the Blumpkin thing first.
We're gonna go Blumpkin first.
Yeah, because I mean,
a strong start.
It is because I mean, first
Should we wait for 8 minutes before we go Blumpkin?
Why you think it's that filthy to talk about?
I mean, people might want to know what a Blumpkin is. No, okay, let's go.
Let's do it. Well, actually, no. I have enough to buy us time until 8 minutes. I think actually probably not, but I mean, I was just gonna start the story off by showing something else that they called us. They called us peasants who are going to be crying tears over the tariffs that we're putting on them. So we put 245% tariffs on China today. So Trump is just going full savage mode. And by the way, that's why we're reading The Art of the Deal in my book club this month. So we just finished the what was it? One Nation Under Blackmail in the Forbidden Book Society on Minnect circles. So every chapter from both books completely summarized, laid out for you. I'm going to drop a PDF in there and an org chart that literally shows every single person that was involved. And you could click down below if you want to check that out. And we're going to be reading The Art of the Deal. I'm going to be summarizing, working through that one because I want to get inside the mind of Trump this month. But we're going to do a little duo too. I also found this book by from my boy Andrew that told me about it, Where the Towers Go, because we have to read one trippy book in this thing per month. And this thing is so crazy that I was telling Humberto about it. I was showing him one thing about it, and he just got quiet and told me to stop talking about it because he doesn't like things that create questions.
I like definite answers, Brandon, and I like to be proven right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this has been dragging on for so long that there's no winning in the situation. And even if you get to the bottom of it, I don't think you will like the answer.
Well, how often do you like the answer of these things?
Never.
No. So it's always some sick, twisted stuff that you could have never possibly imagined. But with that said, if you want to know more about that, the link is down below. I'll drop it in the chat in a second. But let's play this video of this guy calling us peasants. Then we'll get to the real dirty thing they said after that. Because I mean, I thought peasants was bad, but the thing that came after was much filthier. Right?
It's disgusting.
Really as bad as you could get.
I think it's a filthy thing.
Repulsive, but here we go. Let's look at the light one first, then we'll go to the real heavy hitter.
让美国最大的贸易顺差地。但美国依然对香港如此加征
It was playing out the wrong audio.
It's playing the wrong video or the wrong audio, both at the same time.
No, this is the right video. This is the peasants video.
All right.
What?
But I'm seeing the Minnect thing.
Am I sharing screen? Oh, interesting.
Very interesting.
Oh, I know what's going on. I didn't drop this out yet. Why is it not sharing the screen? All right, you're going to watch us work this out in real time. Is it showing now? All right, now here we go.
All right.
We did it.
It looks like some people speak Chinese.
但美国依然对香港如此加征关税，简直是蛮横霸道、无耻之极。
He is pissed.
这让世人更加看清，美国见不得香港好，是破坏香港人权自由、法治秩序和繁荣稳定的最大黑手。他不是要我们的税，而是要我们的命。美国一而再、再而三对香港进行遏制打压，换来的只能是其在香港的代理人的加速灭亡，最终必将反噬其自身，让美国
and will backfire and harm itself, and those peasants from the
和
U.S.
那些乡巴佬们
will soon be crying tears in front of China's 5,000 years of civilization.
在中华民族5000年文明面前去哀鸣吧。是美
So there you go. That's how China's feeling today about us. That's I mean, I never know when like Chinese people. If there's no subtitles, I couldn't have told you if he was happy or angry or sad or anything.
Oh, Brandon, this makes me so mad.
That he has the audacity to say that.
Dude, angry patriot.
Good.
All right.
That's what we need.
Oh, Brandon.
We have too many passive
Okay,
passive patriots. Is what we have.
Can I tell you something,
Tell
Brandon?
me something.
I'm going to tell you something.
Hit me.
Americans, they never been peasants. All right,
Mhm.
because we never had a king. In order to be a peasant, like the Chinese,
Right.
that are real peasants.
Right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
They're real peasants because they had emperors, and they were
Right.
peasants to the emperors, and other peasants to the Communist Party. All right.
Yeah.
And I love the Chinese people. I have no quarrels with the Chinese people. I love the Chinese people. I love Chinese food. All right.
Yeah, because the average person in most populations has more in common with the average person but from another population rather than like the political establishment. Like this guy has nothing in common with his people, and we have nothing in common with our political elites. So he's not speaking on behalf of the people. He's speaking on behalf of what the CCP thinks.
Yeah, that's what they're calling peasants.
Yeah, I mean that's like just a regular day in the life, like a regular Tuesday for them.
Can you find the definition of peasant?
Let's do it. I imagine it's how about you guess it while I look it up?
I think it has to do, like, it might be commoner.
A poor farmer of low social status who owns or rents small piece of land or cultivating, chiefly in historical use with reference to subsistence farming in poor countries. All right, so yeah, it's exactly what they are. Like there's a lot of peasants in China according to this definition. So yeah, that is like their slang word to describe people who they think are beneath them.
And our farmers are the fucking best.
Yeah,
they make the best shit. All right?
Farmers, if they got together, they could take over a country.
And American farmers, you kidding me, Brandon? Where are the best oranges?
Florida.
All right. Where are the best potatoes?
I
Idaho.
Is it? Oh, yeah, right.
All right.
Yeah. Best lobsters in Maine.
Best lobster, but that's
not
a farming thing. All right.
Yeah.
Best pineapples are in Hawaii.
Right. What else we got?
Best
corn is from Iowa.
Corn is from Iowa.
Was it God, what's the one that's like in everything that's like a big commodity thing they trade? Soybeans. Even though you shouldn't eat soybeans is a big one that we farm. But yeah, no, that's the backbone of our country.
They're the
Same
best
thing with
people.
them. Well, and the most important people too, and like we constantly shit on them. But yeah, no,
and most of them they own their farm.
Well, and that's why we
that's
make things impossible for them.
That's what they're trying to change.
Yep. That's why they make it like really impossible for farmers to be profitable. But speaking of getting shit on, this isn't the worst thing that China said today. Believe it or not. You like that?
Yeah.
So this allegedly, let's remove this. Allegedly, this guy said, let the country Blumpkins in the U.S. cry out before the 5,000 years of old civilization of the Chinese nation. So is this the same guy?
It is the same guy.
So he calls them Blumpkins and peasants at the same time.
No. It's a different translation because Chinese.
Oh, so this is the same statement?
It's the same statement.
All right. So which one was it?
Do I look like a Chinese? Do I look like a Chinese authority? Do I know? But I take this translation.
Which is worse?
I have so much respect for farmers that I'll take the bullet.
I have so much. I don't have a lot of respect for people that are exchanging Blumpkins, but it's it's not more dignified. I can't think of like one way that a Blumpkin's better than a farmer.
What? How about if we do a poll? Who knows what a Blumpkin is?
Should we do that, or should we say what's a worse insult, to be called a Blumpkin or to be called a farmer?
All right.
Or to be called a peasant.
All right. That's a fair one.
All right. Oh, and by the way, the reason that he said all this is because Trump came out today and put out 245% tariffs on China. So how long do you think this thing's gonna last for, where like Trump is just like keep saying crazy tariff numbers every day? I mean, that's why I want to read the Art of the Deal again. I mean, I read it before, but he's done all kinds of crazy stuff like this where he's trying to buy the air rights to Tiffany's, and he's like, if you don't sell me this thing, I'm just going to build like the biggest, ugliest thing you could ever imagine. And it's going to like ruin the value of your property.
And Pat said it the other day. His ability to take
the pain
makes him a lethal negotiator.
Right.
And at the same on the same side, if
it's different now, though.
It is different.
What? Good.
No, it's different now because it's not just him taking the pain. It's the whole American economy taking the pain. And some of them are very adverse to pain. In the last few weeks, Brandon, I've noticed like how some people fold so quick.
Oh, so quick.
Like people were folding on the first week.
So who comes to mind when you're saying people that folded? You're talking like people on Wall Street?
People on Wall Street, people that do internet commentary. I won't name any names, but
name a name.
Huh?
Name a name.
It rhymes with the name of a governor.
Oh, DeSantis?
It rhymes with a hero.
Hero. What the hell? Huh? Who?
He has the same last name as someone that got their house burnt.
Oh, Shapiro.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Ben.
Yeah.
Well, Ben thinks that tariffs are a bad idea, like just period to begin with, which I mean, it's funny that a lot of Republicans are taking that position. Like libertarians, they've always had that position, but I hear a lot of Republicans complaining about the tariffs, which like whether you like the way it's carried out or not, like is anybody really going to try to argue that we don't have enough manufacturing here? I mean, like look at the results of it. The hilarious thing the other day, Janet Yellen comes out and says like, it's neither feasible nor desirable for us to bring manufacturing back to America. And then 2 hours later, the freaking NVIDIA announced they're investing $500 billion into America.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And people that don't understand that, they will never be for it.
Like how often have we spoken about like it's a huge liability that NVIDIA produces the chips in Taiwan, like right off the coast of China. And like these plants in America that from NVIDIA are going to be for AI supercomputers. So like how Yellen, how is that even feasibly a bad thing and a negative anyway that we're producing AI supercomputers in America? And those are going to be obviously high paying jobs.
Brandon, it's like trying to like grill burgers
with cheese on them with the raw.
No, it's like trying to grill burgers inside the bear's den, like it's going to a zoo, jumping into the cage with the bears and trying to have a cookout there. All right. You're right next to danger.
Yeah. And like those burgers are the only food that you have like that, like to fulfill the analogy.
We need to bring jobs back to America, Brandon.
Yep. And our like our critical manufacturing, like the stuff that we'd be screwed if we couldn't get it here.
But medicine, ibuprofen is mostly made in China. Aspirin, like cold medicine.
Yeah.
And, it's just stupid. And then people, even if they don't make a lot of money, like people need to go to work.
Yeah.
Like it's for your mental health. You need to be doing something.
Right.
We need more jobs.
Yeah, and I mean, like jobs have not kept up with the stock market. Like the stock market pulled way away from wage growth when we started putting these jobs in China. And Larry Summers had the audacity the other day to start arguing that like the allowing China into the World Trade Organization had nothing to do with the dismantling of America's manufacturing middle class. Bullshit. He was the Treasury Secretary when that went into place, and he's like, he was saying to David Sachs, he's like, that has nothing to do with it. Like that had no impact. That was happening already. Like, what are you talking about, you psycho?
You think he doesn't know, or he's being dishonest?
I think he's being dishonest.
I think he's being dishonest.
Like, it's impossible not to know.
But Brandon, I mean, the thing is that everyone here that is surprised, they can go F themselves. All right.
Yeah.
Trump, he's been talking about tariffs since the 80s.
Right. Yeah.
And he's hard on China since ever.
Yeah, and he was hard on Japan in the 80s because Japan was the China of the 80s. Like they're the ones that were like dumping.
That's a great clip. You have that clip?
I could find it, yeah. But I remember Japan was like roaring. They were a powerhouse, and like they were dumping all the like DVD players and TVs in America and stuff, like all the Sony stuff. So that's why we didn't have American TV companies for a while.
Brandon versus Adam.
What was the super chat?
Brandon versus Adam. My bets are not on Adam. That dude is lucky. PVD has sympathy for him because he
sucks.
I refer to Katie Hopkins.
Well, thank you, Ryan Surus. You the man. And
Brandon versus Adam, what? In the podcast or fighting?
I guess anything.
I think the only thing that Adam can beat you,
basketball.
Yeah.
He's Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, he's a madman.
Yeah, he's weirdly good at basketball.
I was sitting there and he made 15 3-pointers in front of me. He's nasty.
Yeah, I hate it, but I mean, I think I could take him in most other things in life.
All right.
But let's go on to this Letitia James thing because wow, we don't have to spend a lot of time on this, but I freaking love this. And like, it's unbelievable.
Is it unbelievable, Brandon?
Actually, yeah, it really is. Like she was trying to prosecute the student, put him in jail for something that it turns out she was doing. And this isn't even like a common crime. Like, when have you ever heard of this being a crime before it came up for him?
Well, she got a taste of her own medicine.
No, but like, what are the odds of her trying to prosecute him on something she actually did?
Well, Brandon, this is a very common practice.
Well, like overestimating the value of your, or what is it? Did she overestimate the value of her real estate, or she was referred to the DOJ for alleged mortgage fraud. So let's see what she's saying here.
My mission is clear. I'm focused. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've been trained by the best.
Soros?
I went to Howard University.
Ugh.
That overturned legal segregation in this country. I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught. I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you. We're coming for you. We're standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2 until a speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries comes to bring us some rest. Come on, ladies. It's up to us. We say.
She seems like she's like possessed by a demon.
What is she doing?
I don't know. I thought this was her responding to the allegations.
No, but how is this related to her job? What did I just watch, Brandon?
Well, she did run on getting Trump put in jail. Like that was her whole campaign pitch.
I don't know what's going on, Brandon.
Well, it's hard to understand things that are psychotic, but
this is not even closely related to her mandate or her job.
What's her mandate and job?
Not that. Not chasing after the president. You can't run on that.
Well, I mean, it worked for her.
It did.
Let's see. There's a clip where. Is this the one? Letitia James falsified records to meet lending requirements, even put applications. She was married to her father. What? Is this real?
Come on,
Letitia
Brandon.
James. I'm looking at this right. There's not a community note on it. It's got 1 million views. It says Letitia James falsified records to meet lending requirements, even put an application that she was married to her father. Mortgage fraud is a crime, and Letitia James is facing 30 years in prison and $1 million in fines. No way.
No, come on, Brandon.
Presenting-
Is it verified?
It's not. It's just some random Twitter account, but it's got 1 million impressions, and I don't see a community note anywhere. But
Can you click on it to see if it has a community note? That's too wild.
no, it doesn't.
Is there a proposed community note?
Where do I see that?
Oh no, it's not.
All right, let's see what this clip says.
That is crazy.
Like the audacity of somebody who's done things like that to try to get in a position of power and like prosecute other people is just wild.
Our respective states stand up and enforce the rule of law. The president of these United States is not above the law.
No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules.
Please sue him for us.
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the
And now the Trump Justice Department may be a pain in her you-know-what. The Angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms. He cited a property in Virginia that she's allegedly claimed as her principal residence and a property in New York that she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of the required, instead of a 5, which Pulte says means she was able to get a different type.
That is wild.
That is wild. Man, this, Brandon, this is 100% the Trump administration.
What? That they're like they looked into it on purpose?
Oh, 1000%.
But the fact that it was easy to find.
Oh, they're geniuses. Dude, he's surrounded by such capable people.
Well, you know, I was listening to Howard Lutnick speak on the All In podcast last night because I started to get more interested in him as people are talking about him more. And like we said before, that I'm skeptical about him because of how good he always sounds. Like everything he says sounds really well. He's really well spoken. Sounds very trustworthy, very charismatic. Like I haven't heard him say anything that like pissed me off or felt like it was a stupid thing to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's like batting 100% on like well said, smart things that I've heard him say. Right or wrong?
Right.
Yeah. So
that worries me.
Exactly. I feel like somebody who's that good at speaking and like being convincing and persuasive, they're dangerous. But I mean, there's still some looking in to be done on him. But I am overall, like compared to what we've had in the past, like happy to have somebody like that that's saying things I actually like to hear in positions of power. But so he wasn't even supposed to be part of Trump's cabinet at first. Trump asked him to be part of his cabinet. Well, first he asked him to help him during the campaign, and
he did. He came through. He came through real big.
Well, apparently he's responsible for Doge.
All right.
Like he came up with the idea. He recruited Elon. Like he was basically like a talent recruiter for Trump's campaign.
And he did a great job.
Yeah. I mean, there's some things that I think could be better, but yeah, overall it was really good. And he said the way that they did it, the way that they did a lot of these picks is that they played 20-second clips of all the people who were proposed for the positions, like of them speaking. And they made sure they picked all people who like were really great speakers and like could portray a clear message.
All of them are great speakers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like him first and foremost.
He's a tremendous speaker.
Yeah, it worries me.
When I noticed him first, it was at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
He knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
The energy was wild.
I know it makes sense that he's like a successful billionaire hedge fund guy. Like I could see him like he's like kind of like a Jordan Belfort.
Yeah, like a modern day,
or like an old timer Jordan Belfort.
All right.
You know, I could see him slinging stocks in the boiler room. But
that's what he was doing.
Yeah, and now he's slinging tariffs in the South China Sea. But
beautiful job.
Yeah, but another thing that was going on today is that Trump is considering revoking the special tax privileges of Harvard that very under talked about. I remember that earlier this year we were looking at it when like all these protests were going on, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but what percent of Harvard's revenue would you guess comes from tuition?
30%.
I think it's like 10 to 15%.
That's nothing. And tuition is not cheap. I saw a chart the other day, Brandon. And every year it goes up. It's now it's something like $70,000.
Yeah, and that's like without room and board, I think.
Yeah.
And look at this. But like imagine that you get like an infinite supply of demand, and what is it, like 20, maybe 30,000 kids that go there? You charge them 80,000 a year, and that's not even your biggest source of revenue.
For what?
To get indoctrinated. So look, where is it? Degree seeking education, 10%. 10% from tuition, then 7% from grad school.
That is wild.
Yeah. 50 or 49% from endowment.
Yep.
10% from gifts.
Yep.
12% from federal grants.
Yep.
And then 16% from non-academic. I don't even know what that means. But so why do they even need to charge tuition when they get this much money from
why
outside?
do they even offer tuition?
Yeah.
That's why people go there and do nothing.
Why?
Because they don't bring enough money. It's a non-issue. Like the schooling at Harvard is an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
Would you send your kids there, Brandon?
Would I send them there?
Yeah.
I probably would, to be honest.
All right.
I would tell them just like I would talk to them every day and try to make sure they didn't get indoctrinated. But it does really help you get to high places if you have that on your resume.
Yeah,
you know, it's still like oh, you got a business degree from Harvard. Like, oh, let's hire him and give him anything. Like, oh, you got a law degree from Harvard. Oh, blah blah blah. You could be president.
I just wish my kids become entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I mean that's the best outcome. Like if I was 18 right now, I would just be doing door-to-door sales and trying to fucking crush it with that. You know, that's like the cheapest, easiest, fastest way to do it.
Door-to-door sales.
Yeah, slinging solar.
Slinging solar.
Yeah.
Hard hat and everything.
Oh yeah, the clipboard that I didn't need.
Fake glasses. I found the chart. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
What you got?
The fees.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
BizDog sent this.
I saw. Weekend. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
This is. He sends great charts. We love charts here.
Tom is in like a constant state of researching.
Constant state of research.
Access to file was denied. Why was it denied?
What do you mean?
I copy and pasted what you sent me. Wait, let me try and do it a different way. Oh, it's a picture. I gotcha.
It is a picture, Brendan.
All right. Let's see. Harvard fees aren't getting any cheaper. Let's see. Here we go. Let me upload it. Oh, there we go. See, you can see the proof that access was denied. Let's see. I love when Tom sends charts at 4 in the morning on like a Saturday. It's like, Tom, what are you doing at 4 in the morning on Saturday looking at charts? All right, so.
Can you believe this, Brendan?
No. Well, yeah, actually.
And this doesn't go way far back. This is just
since 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the whole problem with this started when the government started guaranteeing student loans because they gave the colleges the ability to make the price whatever they wanted, and you don't have like an actual bank looking at it as like, oh, is that a good investment or is that a stupid, retarded investment that's never going to pay itself back? And dude, so I know people who like have student loans for like $10,000, right? And they paid $2,000 over the course this past year, and the amount that they owe went up.
How?
Because of interest.
Oh, it's crazy.
Imagine that. Like, you owe $10,000, you pay $2,000 over the course of the year, and then you owe $10,500 at the end of the year.
That is nuts. That is nuts.
I mean, imagine there's people who owe like $200,000.
Oh man,
like you're stuck forever if you don't like do something drastic. I mean, you're not stuck forever if you could like build a business and like make a ton of money and that or something. But like if you cap yourself at like a salary from like a standard career, then like you're in a tough spot.
I mean, and if you got a degree on like gender studies, you're
Yeah. What else are the weird ones like liberal arts,
oh man,
English?
English
Yeah.
English degree.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh bad. That's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I was lucky where like my mom worked at the college I went to, so I got to go for free. But I mean, I still like I'm glad that I won because it like basically got me. I like red pilled myself by going to CIA school. So I like was going to national security classes to work for the CIA, and then like I don't know how nobody else. You know what the turning point was, honestly. So I was in a class called National Security Economics, and the freaking schmuck who was teaching us there, he like worked in the government. He's like, yeah, the government accountability office keeps extensive overview of all of our records and accounting, and the OBM, the Office of Budget and Management, they have like they're very good about keeping a track on everything. And I raised my hand and I'm like, excuse me, professor. So wait, you're saying that there's all these like measures in place to detect fraud and make sure that like we're not getting ripped off. But what about the $2 trillion that Donald Rumsfeld said they couldn't keep track of, or they had no idea where it was? And he looked at me, he's like, I've never heard that before.
And he's teaching the class.
And he's teaching national security economics.
Right,
and he didn't know that we can't track $2.3 trillion.
Man,
Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's like at that point, I said, nope, these people are blind. They live in the
did you
bubble.
talk to him afterwards?
No, I didn't even want to try.
I
was done.
him. I would have talked to him. I'd be like, are you being serious? Can you not talk about this when we're in class?
Which one do you think it was? Do you think he actually didn't know, or do you think he just didn't want people to think to know about that?
I think that's a very well kept open secret.
I mean, it was a little bit overshadowed by what happened the next day.
True.
Yeah.
No relation.
Like a couple of towers getting knocked down will do that.
A hurricane here and there.
Oh yeah, just wait. Yeah.
I brought something, Brandon.
What'd you bring?
What'd
you bring?
Do you watch the space launch at all?
Of the freaking broads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Share.
Do you think they actually went?
Huh?
Do you think they actually went?
What do you mean you think they actually went?
Do you think they actually went to space?
Of course they did, Brandon. When has Jeff Bezos lied about anything?
Most of the time.
All right. Where it is? Let me find it. Here it is. All right.
I don't believe for 1 second.
All right, just watch this.
Okay.
Right?
It's gonna convince me.
Yeah, this is the launch. Please look at the shape of the rocket. All right, ready?
Yep. It's like a penis.
Right on, Brandon.
It's literally like Austin Powers.
Doesn't it look like a little bit CGI?
Super CGI.
6,000 feet climbing.
You ever see Austin Powers?
Yeah, it looks exactly like that.
Like, remember that's the best scene where like it's cutting from first person. Like, that looks just like my husband's. Like, wiener, get your wiener here. Like,
All right, and I'm gonna show you the capsule.
Yeah, I remember. Is that where Bezos busted his ass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see this?
What's going to come out of her mouth, but really her heart?
And is that Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see.
Does he have an umbrella with him?
It looks like a hammer.
Was he gonna break in there like a
Let's go.
big strong guy?
But you missed the detail, Brandon.
That the door opened down to the inside.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to happen.
It opened because this was live, and it opened before it was meant to be open. Look at this.
What's going to come out of her mouth?
Yeah.
They open it.
And
They close it right away.
Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see.
They're fucked.
All right, that's one thing. Now, this, Brandon, is the most painful thing I've seen in a while.
Okay.
This, like, I'm just gonna give you 1 minute because it's unbearable. Like, we're gonna lose the whole audience here. It's unbearable, and this went on for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna give you 1 minute.
All right, hang in there, guys.
Hang in there.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future. And for me, like Gail said, this wasn't a ride, wasn't a destination. It was a journey, and it was a supernatural one.
Oh my God.
And my journey has always been about love and belonging. And I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, no matter anything. And I think today we all said it, like, we belong here. Mm-hmm. This is where we belong, and we feel very sure of that. So
where do you belong? You belong in space? What?
You'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch, because you're leaving all the love behind and you're surrendering.
Now we have to listen to Katy Perry lecture us about fucking space.
What did she say, Brandon?
I think she's acting like she's just like a space expert now, and like she's gonna be going and giving lectures about like what space is like and how you feel when you're in there and how great it is and how you never really lived until you've been in space. Like, bitch, you haven't been in space either. No, like I've talked to so many people about this, like people who usually believe everything and like say that I'm crazy when I don't believe stuff. Like they're saying that this didn't happen.
But can you, Brandon, you're way above average, right? You summarize things, you know, you read and you understand.
Yes.
What did she say, Brandon?
No, oh, nothing.
She spoke for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
What did she say, Brandon?
A lot of words, but like it was like a random word generator.
It is.
Like I don't even know what point she's trying to make.
Because the sense of belonging and love, and this wasn't.
You're telling me she did this for an hour or 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Just her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just grabbed 1 minute. It doesn't matter where I grab it from.
Like if I was on a date with her and she was doing this, like I would like pretend I stabbed myself in the hand with the fork to get out of it.
Yeah. Now, this
imagine being stuck in space with that.
Oh, it's a wrap.
I would open the door.
Yeah, open the door
and get sucked out.
But get boiled and like in space. And did you see this clip here, Brandon? This is so funny. All right, context. CBS Mornings. Just watch it.
Oh my God.
So explain to our audience why even a trip like this one, all the trips that we take in the space benefit mankind.
So it benefits humankind, and I'm going to keep correcting the mankind and the man.
Oh!
We're cooked.
Send her into space and don't bring her back.
We are cooked, Brandon.
Oh my! That makes you want to go like outside and like go just like scream mankind, mankind, and then just drive around with a fucking megaphone screaming mankind. I'm gonna get a shirt that says mankind on it.
I have some worse clips, but I think that's enough. I don't want to lose any more rating.
What if you think that'd be a good shirt, like good merch, like this, it's mankind.
Mankind. Jesus.
I think just mankind.
No, it needs to be said like 1,000 times. Like
over and over and over again.
All the way down the shirt.
Just like an entire shirt that says mankind all over in every square centimeter.
Man, imagine you're the host of that show and she texts you like that.
Oh, I'd cause a scene.
Like you have a journalism degree, you might speak real good English.
Probably majored in English.
Yeah, you're really good.
You're $200,000 in debt. You're 33. You're an English major. You're working for CBS, and this fat bitch tells you, it's not mankind, it's humankind. So just throw your fucking $200,000 English degree that you didn't need out the window because we're changing words. That's what you get. Nope.
Like it reminds me of what's the name of that guy, Cooper?
Anderson?
Yeah, Anderson Cooper. He got checked last week for being a transphobe. Live on air.
That's what they mean when they say they devour their own. I mean, one of the funniest things ever, honestly, was the moment that got Don Lemon fired when he what the hell did he say? Remember that one where he's like on the panel with all the women and he's like, well, obviously men are stronger than women. They just all stopped and like it's like he said the fucking craziest thing.
Now, I bring this up, Brandon, because this is way deeper.
Okay. I see where you're going.
All right. You read my mind. What do you
No,
think?
hit me.
No, I wouldn't hit you. You say.
I want to pull up this Don Lemon thing so we can laugh at. So tell me what you're saying, so you can kill time.
Have we ever been to space, Brandon?
Well, Russia got there first.
We already argued about this.
Yeah.
You're not there if you're not there.
So getting a spaceship that you built there isn't getting there?
If it's unmanned, they send a dog.
They sent an unmanned spaceship to the moon. It crash landed on the moon, but it landed on the moon. That was like in the 50s.
Well, sending a rocket somewhere is easier.
That's a product built from your country that makes it to the moon.
All right, easy without people. The whole thing is bringing people over.
So you give them no credit for anything for like if they just get a machine there?
Soviet Russia gets no credit on anything. Zero credit.
I mean, I'm not a fan of them, but I don't think that I think we have been in space, but I don't think we went to the moon, obviously.
What do you mean, obviously?
I mean, it's obvious. It's the notion that we did is silly. Like
I believe it.
The simplest one, just like how they put a camera there catching the thing landing on the moon. Like, was there pre-production that showed up early to put a fucking camera in place?
I believe it, Brandon.
What do you believe? How is the camera there?
Do I look like a space person, Brandon?
No, not at all.
All right, maybe they dropped it. They dropped it there with a parachute, and started rolling. That's what it is.
No, that's all the evidence you need that it didn't happen. I mean, and there's a set in Arizona or something like in the desert that looks exactly like it. Like they showed the mountains and everything. The way they're running around, the freaking way that like the flag looks, it's like blowing in the air. No way.
So you like communism, Brandon?
No.
I think it's a big part of beating communism.
Yeah, it was an important propaganda measure.
All right.
But we didn't go.
Can we split the difference?
Well, like it was worth it.
It got the job done.
Yeah, I'm fine with it, but just admit it now.
I won't admit it ever.
Why? You think it's important?
Very important.
Mm.
I'm more anti-communist than a space nerd.
Yeah, I know.
100%.
But still, like I think it's fine to eat. Like I almost think it's even impressive to have pulled that off. But like
it was wonderful. Whatever they did,
it's scary though. Like how easily you could tell people, like you could convince people something they're seeing is something totally different. Like
it's easier than you think.
So easy. Like I told you the thing yesterday with the monkey in the background where they tell you, look at the video, how many times they dribble the ball. And then after they're like, did you see the man in the gorilla walk by? And everybody who watches it for the most part says, no, I didn't. And then you look at it again and you see a fucking guy in a gorilla suit walk by people who are dribbling the basketballs because you're focused on one thing. That's the bait and switch. That's why magicians train the CIA.
On the same vein, Brandon,
because
this made national news and it was the talk of the town. I always wonder, what are we getting distracted from? What was the actual big important news story of the day?
Today?
No, yesterday when this happened, or the day before.
Oh, the moon thing you're saying.
Why
did it happen that day?
Yeah, I think it's 100% a distraction from something bigger.
Oh, I think most things are that are like rattling around on mainstream media.
Like those big feats that they can pull at any time. I can never believe that there's something behind. There's not something behind it.
Say that again?
I believe that whenever they pull one of those stunts, they're hiding something big.
Oh yeah. And I mean, like what percent of the news do you think or what percent of the available information out there do you think we actually get the ability to see? I bet not a lot of it. Like, if I was a billionaire who was building a media company, one of the first things I would do is like try to like recruit and hire intelligence officers, which like sounds like you're bringing wolves into the hen house. I know, but like who's better at collecting information than them?
Intelligence agencies?
Yeah. Or just agents, like field officers or like clandestine officers.
Like the guy we saw today.
Which one?
The guy that approached us.
Oh yes. We were having lunch today, and this guy felt like such a fed that we were at a nice barbecue place, and he was all jolly in a good mood. Like it seemed like he wanted to talk. And I mean, what was the tell for you?
He tried to talk to me 3 times. I didn't reply. Maybe because I'm not originally American. Like I don't do the small talk, especially when I'm sitting down to eat. Like he was like, "Hey, how are the ribs here?" I'm like, I just looked at him the first time, and he went again. You stood up to get something.
Yeah.
I was like, it's my first time here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And he sat right next to us. Oh, I was furious.
And there were other spots too.
Yes.
I hate that.
The place was empty, and they sat right next to us. And you know what we did?
What?
Like we talked about 9/11.
Yeah, we did. We talked about all the bad things.
You know, like
I'm like, so where are the missing trillions? What do you think they did with it? And you're
yeah, we were there.
And you're like something's gonna happen this year. I'm like what? You're like power grid takedown.
But yeah,
I'm like what? So you think that's the way they're gonna kill most of the population? And you're like, yep, totally. And I'm like, could they contain the chaos though? And how long would they wait? So this guy's probably just fucking drinking it in, or maybe he was like mind fucked.
I don't know. Maybe he quit. But my Fed radar just went off.
I always like to think about something so like with certain people, what the NSA would think if they're like trying to transcribe our text messages. Because
we're being Guantanamo, Brandon.
Well, not always, because sometimes like what we say, like not even intentionally, is like totally code. Like remember the time we looked at like our last like 10 messages and like we were just like cracking up at the idea of the NSA trying to transcribe what it meant.
Oh, because there's a lot of non-verbal.
Yeah. And like without context, and it's like I'm imagining like the movie Dumb and Dumber where they keep like accidentally like killing the assassins and like throwing them off their tail, and like they keep like the professional assassins are like, man, these guys must be pros or something, like they're really good. And it's just like sheer luck. But yeah, that guy, I think he was a Fed because he gave off like that jolly vibe of the guy who would do like the MK Ultra stuff or something.
Oh, 1000%. And he did not get a review from this guy right here.
Of the place?
Yeah. I did not give it to him.
I gave it to him.
You did give it to him.
I mean, because like about the food I'm snobby about, like I'm so eager to tell people how much of a snob I am about that food. Like I lived in Texas for a year, so with ribs, I'm super like staunch about ribs and like barbecue places. I mean, there's this place across the street from my apartment in Texas that like I went to at least once a week with the ribs and the brisket and the what was it, peach cobbler and the mac and cheese, and like that is something else in certain places, like in Texas, Tennessee, Kansas City, St. Louis. Like barbecue is unreal. Like it ruins barbecue for the rest of the country.
You know what? I'm gonna give your audience a review of the place we went.
Okay. I gave it a 6.
Yeah, 6-ish. Reasonable for lunch.
Have you ever had ribs in the South though? Like what's the like southernmost state you've ever, like Florida's the southernmost
we are
state.
the southernmost
but like
state.
So in the real South, have you ever had ribs in the real South?
Yeah, I had ribs.
Where?
I went to San Antonio. That's the southernmost point.
Okay, and you had ribs there?
Yeah.
No, different, right?
Oh, much better.
Yeah. So
now brisket.
Brisket's a tough one.
It's a very difficult.
Even places in those places, some don't do it right. Dude,
you need to, if you're gonna have barbecue and you're a brisket guy, you need to be
the first person there.
Yeah, the first person there, and you need to go to a brisket oriented place.
Yeah, some people like take pride that their brisket's the best brisket. There's a place called Goldie's in Fort Worth, Texas, that like literally any website you look at, like type in best barbecue in Texas, they'll say Goldie's Fort Worth. This place,
it's in an American. I mean, it's a brisket first place.
I think
it's American first. Like a brisket. We need to get those brisket first.
They were definitely American first. They had like whatchamacallit flag on the thing, like the flag with the circle. What am I talking? Like the Confederate flag.
All right.
Yeah, with and like the "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
All right, my people.
Yeah. But so this place, like it was one of those places that was like so snobby, and they were so successful that like you go there, it opens at 9 a.m. and closes at 2 p.m.
I love them.
Yeah.
Only cash.
Yeah.
Cash only.
Yeah.
Those are my guys.
And like you get there at 9, and there's like a line wrapped around the building.
if I go there and I don't have a shit time in the line, means that I won't have a good time with the food.
Oh yeah, like if it's not like a actual like effort to get the food, you're not going to enjoy it. You're saying
It needs to be cumbersome.
Yeah. No, like if you just walk in there and it's a breeze, like there's no line, no resistance, no friction, then like you're like not in for a good time. But yeah, like the more the less accommodating the place is, the better the food is, because that means they don't have to be accommodating.
Yeah, they do not.
Yeah. Like to tell people that you can't use a fucking credit card here, then like that's some serious confidence in your product. But the last thing that we should talk about though is this like the headliner that we had with this Karmelo Anthony thing, because
we haven't talked about it, Brandon.
No, and that's like the main thing I wanted to talk
And
about
can
today.
we mix it up?
How? Well, like the basketball?
No, not the basketball. But all right, let's get started with Karmelo, and I'm gonna bring another guy in
All
that
right.
I think it might be going in the same direction.
Well, dude, I think this is a big old psyop, not like what happened. I think so it's like in House of Cards. Remember in House of Cards, he was trying to like make the people look bad, like the teachers union look bad for going on strike, and they were listening to the police radio for a while, and you know, they were listening for a specific situation, and like eventually they're like, it's like, oh, like young black male shot like in like whatever street, and they're like, he's like, oh, that one, that's our call. So they started making this whole big thing about like, oh, if this kid was in school, like then he wouldn't have been shot, or like et cetera, et cetera. Like I think they just kind of pounce on these situations and try to like get the people worked up about it. So like I literally think they're trying to create a race war with the way that this thing's being handled. So, you know, first, like it's a like crazy terrible thing. This kid gets stabbed because I don't know what the kid's background is.
Very sad.
Yeah, you know, we saw his dad on TV. Like that was insane, like insanely emotional. Can't even imagine how that feels. But then it's like, okay, at least like the kid's going to jail. He admitted it. Like, you know, he's gonna like spend life in prison. But then the judge changes his bail from $1 million down to $250,000. Then he gets this Give Fund Go that like gets raised up to $400,000 in just like a couple days, couple weeks, and he gets out. And then you see articles showing that he's living in a $900,000 house right now with his family, like on light house arrest, and he's got all these people supporting him. I mean, I was looking at the Give Fund Go page, and it's wild. I genuinely believe that these aren't regular everyday people that are giving him money. I think that this is like an NGO that's trying to like fuel a race war that's funding this thing. And because like the way the media is covering it is weird. It's like almost like provoking people to be pissed off about. Like, could you imagine like how the parents feel about this, seeing like the kid? Like it's already infuriating enough to like that this happened to him, but now that he's just hanging out outside of jail, it's mind blowing.
I mean, I agree with you. That is very unlikely that these are small donations.
Well, it shows the donations on the thing. They're anonymous, but here, let me show it.
Yeah, but you saw the ladies that were donating to some campaign that didn't even live in the house. They get a name and address, and they make the donations.
Liz, 1 minute ago.
I can program a bot to do this.
Exactly. Yeah, 3,000, 1,900, 1,500, 1,500, 1,000, 1,000. So I think this is you know, we saw there's $1 trillion of NGO money. So if somebody like Soros wanted to fuel a race war, this is what you do.
I think, all right. I think this is being fueled.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I don't think this is going anywhere. I don't think this is going to be the trigger. But I think they're going to keep on taking their shots to divide Americans.
Well, what the trigger will be, though, is if the kid gets like ruled not guilty for self-defense. Because now they're starting to make this case that in Texas, I pulled it up. So in Texas, it's a stand your ground state. So the person's justified in using force against another when they reasonably believe that force is immediately necessary to protect themselves against the others, or use or attempted use of unlawful force. So they're making the argument that since this kid got physical with him, he had rightful grounds to exercise self-defense. So if they actually rule this that way, then like this could cause like some serious turbulence.
I agree. But what it's a knife doing school grounds, doing a track meet?
Oh, definitely should not be there.
I feel very bad for the father. I feel very bad for that kid that got his life stolen. I don't think this kid that committed the crime was coming from a good place.
No.
I think it's an overall sad situation, and them using this very sad situation to divide people is just shameful.
Yeah.
Like, you have two kids that have their lives, one taken away and the other one ruined.
Mm-hmm.
So them fueling the fire in this, I can't even, Brandon.
No, I don't think there's not anything that they're not any line that they're not willing to cross, though. Like, we're not saying like who's behind it, but we're saying there is an entity and a mindset behind it that's fueling this. Like, whether you're black or white, you're not gonna. It's not reasonable to think that like what this kid was in the right, or that like he was defending himself. I mean, like, look at what some of the comments these things are saying. The $3,000 one says, "God bless." This one says, "To Karmelo and the Anthony family, I'll keep you and your family in my prayers. I stand with you in hopes that you get a fair trial and justice as well. Sincerely, keep hope alive. Praying for justice, real justice. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up wings like eagles and run and not be weary. They shall win faith." Isaiah, praying for you. Maybe all stand up for what's right. They love to talk, but forgot about Kyle Rittenhouse. Resist MAGA and their cult. $1,000. Praying for Karmelo and family. You have our support. I pray for his release. Stay strong. Let's get this baby home. I have a young black son as well, and I live in Collin County. This baby was bullied and was defending himself. I know it's more to the story. I'm praying for you and your family. Please let me know how else I can help. Karmelo, your village is here, man. I'm here for you, brother. So I don't think that this is normal people saying this, dude. Like, they try to stir up all this race crap, but like anytime I've never thought of things in racial terms. Like, there's white people that I think are bad people. There's black people I think are bad people. There's white people I think are good people. There's black people I think are good people. Like, totally, everybody's total blank slate to me when I first meet them. And then, I slowly judge them over time based off how they act and my experiences with them. I think that most people have common sense. And I think that most black, white, Spanish, Asian people in the world would say that it's objectively wrong to stab somebody in the heart for shoving you.
Well, and
like, that's not equal force.
That is not equal force. And then it's just so sad. I didn't even want to get into the details, and they were making the defense of like he stabbed them once.
Oh, so yeah, that's it. What? Like, if you're like, when I was in school, if somebody shoved you and then you punched them in the face, you got in trouble, like a good amount of trouble.
Oh man, it would, if you had a knife in your bag, there would have been a world of trouble.
Yeah.
Not even using it. And I want to make a connection here, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see President Bukele at the White House?
I sure did. He's a stud.
I'm liking him every day.
Oh yeah, he's
even more.
He might be my favorite president in the world right now.
He is a stud.
Yeah.
All right. So you heard about the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
The guy who they're saying got accidentally deported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
they talk about a like straight up lie. Like, the guy was an MS-13.
Yeah. I mean, there was a case file. It was a bond hearing, and the judge. This is. I'm not a legal expert. This is what I read.
Yeah.
I'm an official idiot. All right. So take this with a grain of salt. But on the report and on the record, the judge made a connection and said there was evidence that he was a gang member for MS-13.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to deport him because his life was at risk for gang retaliation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you see all the headlines, Brandon, going like, Maryland father of two.
Yeah, they called the Maryland man.
Maryland father of two. Mistakenly deported. Hold my pearls, Brandon.
Did you see Trump's interaction when they asked him about this when he was with Bukele?
You don't think I have that clip loaded?
I know you do.
You don't think I have the clip? Are you looking at my screen? Because I have the clip ready to go.
Is there anybody in the world who likes a good fight more than Stephen Miller?
I like Stephen Miller. I like him a lot.
Oh, he sounded so excited when Trump went to him in this clip. Trump's like, Stephen, if you don't mind, he's like, it'd be my pleasure, sir. And
he was like, put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hit it.
All right.
A crime problem, a terrorism problem that you need help with. And we're a small country, but if we can help, we will do it. And we actually turned the murder capital of the world. That was the journalist.
Oh no, that's the wrong clip, Brandon.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh
Want
man.
me to find it?
Yeah. Oh man, we hyped it up and it killed your show.
It's okay. I watched it thoroughly yesterday or the day before. So the sequence of events is that I'll reenact it. You could find it. So
here it is.
Caitlin Collins like, Mr. President, what are you gonna do about the person you accidentally deported to El Salvador? He's like, oh, there's CNN with their slanted, stupid angles. That's why nobody's watching them and nobody respects them or likes them anymore. You got it?
Yeah, this is a clip, Brandon.
All right, let's hit it.
All right, ready?
Yep. Oh, there you go. Look how hyped he is.
Oh man, he's on it.
So, as Pam mentioned, there's an illegal alien from El Salvador. So, with respect to you, he's a citizen of El Salvador. So, it's very arrogant even for American media to suggest that we would even tell El Salvador how to handle their own citizens as a starting point. As 2 immigration courts found that he was a member of MS-13. When President Trump declared MS-13 to be a foreign terrorist organization, that meant that he was no longer eligible under federal law, which I'm sure you know, you're very familiar with the INA, that he was no longer eligible for any form of immigration relief in the United States. So we had a deportation order that was valid, which meant that under our law, he's not even allowed to be present in the United States and had to be returned because of the foreign terrorist designation. This issue was then, by a district court judge, completely inverted, and a district court judge tried to tell the administration that they had to kidnap a citizen of El Salvador and fly him back here. That issue was raised with the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said the district court order was unlawful, and its main components were reversed 9-0 unanimously, stating clearly that neither Secretary of State nor the president could be compelled by anybody to forcibly retrieve a citizen of El Salvador from El Salvador, who again is a member of MS-13, which, as I'm sure you understand, rapes little girls, murders women, murders children, is engaged in the most barbaric activities in the world. And I can promise you, if he was your neighbor, you would move right away.
So you don't plan
But
to
the
ask
Supreme
for
Court is
to get
asking
him back?
to.
Is that
What was the ruling in the Supreme Court, Steve? Was it 9-0?
Yes, it was a 9-0.
9-0. So even that crazy liberal Janita, whatever, said no.
Saying that no district court has the power to compel the.
Oh, we have a troll in the chat.
As Pam said, the ruling solely stated that if this individual at El Salvador's sole discretion was sent back to our country, that we could deport him a second time.
Is Tay a guy or a girl?
No version of this legally ends up with him ever living here because he is a citizen of El Salvador. That is the president of El Salvador. Your questions about it, per the court, can only be directed to him.
I asked
¿Usted lo
President
liberaría,
Biden,
Presidente
what is
Bukele?
can President
How much
Biden
left?
weigh in on this? Do you plan
This is the best part.
Those who have suggested that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States, right? How can I smuggle? How can I return him to the United States? Like I smuggle him into the United States? What do I do? Of course, I'm not gonna.
Trump is so smart.
I mean, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States. Yeah, but I'm not.
All right. So can I answer Tay?
Yeah, let's do double whammy.
All right.
Warm it up.
This is how it works.
Do you think Tay's a guy or a girl?
I don't judge Brandon.
No, I'm just wondering.
It's 2025, Brandon.
Yeah.
All right.
Just wondering.
Oh my God, what a bigot!
I know.
You're so
I
gender.
can't help it. I'm stuck in 2014.
You're so gender focused, Brandon.
What do you want from me? I grew up in
All
the
right,
early 2000s.
I'm gonna give Tay, they, them an inclusive answer.
Okay,
Right?
hit it.
This is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The guy comes here. All right.
Yeah.
Seeks for asylum. There's court documents where they confirm that he's affiliated to MS-13. Trump. All right. So that's the document.
Mm-hmm.
Trump passes the act to make MS-13 into a terrorist group. So that changes the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking he's an Al-Qaeda type of guy, you know, a Hamas type of guy,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the case. He was a gang member, and the gang as an organization became a terrorist group, and that's why he became a terrorist.
Yeah, they designate it as a terrorist group.
That's it.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
And I mean, you could make this a bipartisan thing or whatever, or a partisan thing, but like a 9-0 Supreme Court ruling is pretty, substantial. Like what's that name?
That never
Katashi
happens.
Brown Jackson or
She's a-
something.
she's
What's her
a-
name? Is that it?
Yeah, Katashi Brown.
Katashi Brown Jackson, or am I throwing the Jackson in there?
just throw a Jackson in there, Brandon. It's fine. It's your
There
show.
might be no Jackson.
It's your show, Brandon. It's fine.
But yeah, if you got Katashi Brown Jackson, or whatever her name is, voting to deport the guy, then it's not a partisan thing, dude. And yeah, he's a terrorist because he's part of MS-13, which is now a terrorist organization. So like these federal judges keep trying to get involved in foreign policy, but they have no right to be involved in foreign policy, like they say in here. So it's a president thing, and then the Supreme Court said 9-0, so it's pretty close cut. And this is like a 90-10 issue. So, if you're like, believe me, I criticize Trump and things sometimes, like not against that at all. I criticize Elon on things, but this isn't like a hill to even fight on, let alone die on. Like I don't see a single positive argument for saying why this guy shouldn't have been deported.
Brandon, this is clear. This is clear
as day. Yeah,
and I'm so glad that I've been talking about this for 2 years, and I'm on tape saying this, that the MS-13 and Tenderawa, they're the biggest murderers. Right?
Yeah.
They have no regard for human life. They're probably worse than the terrorists in the Middle East.
Yeah,
right?
Probably.
They have no regard
they're
for
well
human
trained.
life. They're no regard for human life. They will kill on command for the most stupid reason. Right?
Yeah.
And I think this is not enough. I think every gang affiliated person, especially when it comes to Tenderawa and when it comes to MS-13, needs to be investigated immediately for any affiliation. And that's why Nayib Bukele is successful. Anyone that had gang-related tattoos, they're taking him into jail first and then finding out.
Mm-hmm.
This is very serious. Very serious.
It's very clear cut. I mean, what a badass Bukele is, though. Because I mean, imagine the danger of what he did at first, like when the place was just overrun by MS-13 members.
Oh yeah, that took balls.
Yeah, I need to like study exactly step by step what he did at some point, because I'm sure there's like a lot to it that people don't know. You think he'll be some type of, I don't know, what would you call it? Like a dictator is not a nice word, but basically, you think Bukele will be in much longer than presidents are supposed to be in El Salvador? Because if anybody deserves it in the world, it's him.
I mean, I don't know if it's him. I'm not well versed in the. Well, I mean, the Constitution is on pause for now.
Theirs is.
Yeah.
Oh, he paused it.
Yeah, you gotta pause it.
It's nice when you get the pause button on that.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's not ideal. I'm a Constitution first guy. It's not ideal.
Yeah, I mean, if you could hit pause on it, then
when things get that out of hand, martial law sometimes the only solution.
When did he pause it?
As he came in.
Oh, right away when he came in.
Right away.
And he's been there for 8 years now.
I
think it's 8 years.
8 years.
I think so, because he was in when Trump was first in, right?
Yeah, he was in.
Yeah.
But he made all the moves. All right. He stacked the House. He stacked the Senate.
Mm-hmm. Essential.
You know what? Before he did all this, you know what he did?
What?
I can't find the video when he announced it. He had the military and the police all lined up in front of him, and he announced that he was gonna put their salaries up.
Oh wow!
All right,
that's smart.
So he put their salaries up, recruited more police, recruited more military, and send them out, Brandon.
Yeah.
Send them out.
You know what would have been smart too is if he said that that they get like collectively a percentage of all the money they recruit from criminals towards their end of the year bonus.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, he actually paid back some of the money.
Yeah, free electricity.
Yeah, free electricity and free water bills for everyone.
Not too bad.
Yeah, because he put them to work. That's what he needs to do. And not on private prisons. I'm sorry, I said that.
Oh, he's been there since 2019. He was so was he rich before he got in?
He didn't do bad.
Just like moderate, like
No, like he did well.
So he's like a millionaire at least?
I think he's a millionaire at least.
I feel like it's tough to do it not being a millionaire if you're gonna be that much of a rebel. Right?
I mean, you can't do it broke.
Cannot.
No, and if you're that smart and strategic, the chance of you being broke,
right?
They're very little.
Yeah, they go down a bit. Anything else we need to hit tonight?
I brought my story, Brandon. I brought 2, 1.5.
I know. You show off.
All right.
All right. So I think Tay understands.
Welcome to the Brandon and Cedar and Humberto podcast.
Yes. Humberto's tired sometimes. Tonight he was feeling energized, though.
I had to.
I know.
I came in clutch.
I love it. So, guys, if you want to support the show, support what I do, and have a cool group of people that you interact with every day and I'll learn a lot of cool stuff, check out my circle on Minnect. The link is in the description. I'll put it pinned in the comments. But otherwise, much love, and we will see you on Friday.
Stay frosty.
Yeah. Okay. Stay toasty.
All right.
And frosty.
And frosty at the same time.
Man, we're just talking gibberish now. All right. Love you guys. Good night. You know, we talk about the deep state, we talk about the globalists, inflation versus deflation.
Well, I mean,
Here at Mar-a-Lago.
I'm baffled that this isn't front page news.
Do you guys support a specific political party, or do you dislike both of them?
Oh, it worked like a charm on you guys.
Let's go, Brandon.